What's going on, my loves? Good morning. Welcome to my channel, Jasmine Atten, Mystic at the Crossroads. I hope everybody is doing fabulous. It has been a while since my last video, and this particular topic, as you can tell from the title, is something that I've been wanting to talk about for some time. I've been attempting to do this video, and it just seems like the time wasn't actually right until now. And as always, I love to share things with you to help you on your personal and spiritual journey. If you are new here, welcome. My channel is dedicated to helping you on your journey through the use of candle magic to create a life that you absolutely love. If you are one of my regulars, sending much love to you guys. If I sound like I'm talking funny, I got my braces off. Yay! And now I'm in retainers, which is taking some time to get used to. So bear with me if I sound a little funny or I get a little tripped up on my words. I'm still like, my mouth is getting adjusted. I've only had them for a short period of time. Okay, so today we are going to be doing a fertility spell. I did a video on this 2 years ago. I will link the video either somewhere up here, down there. I'm not sure, maybe in the description box. It was a very lengthy video. It was a fantastic video full of lots of good information for fertility rituals. I talked about a fertility statue that I will be working with and just a really lot of good tips, but I never showed you guys an actual spell and how to do it. This particular spell, Spirit showed this to me. It came to me in a vision, and I have, like I said, I've been sitting on it for a while, just kind of waiting and debating when the time was. So this video is going to be part spell. As I'm doing it, I'm also going to offer some tips, some holistic approaches for, you know, your reproductive health for us ladies. Just things that I have researched, things that I've studied, things that I've learned, things that have worked for me. Of course, because of YouTube, I have to give a disclaimer. No, I'm not a doctor. However, I do have a 12.5, and you guys probably heard me say this 1,000 times. I worked in obstetrics and gynecology, women's health for about 13 years professionally, and I did learn a couple of things working in that environment, dealing with ladies on a daily basis, dealing with patients on a daily basis through their journey of pregnancy, infertility, endometriosis, PCOS, and kind of everything along those lines. So I learned a couple of things, as well as being on my own journey, being insulin resistant, having PCOS, being diagnosed with it very young, being very fertile. You know, I have eggs. My doctor has said, like, your FSH is great, you're fertile, they're there, but being that I'm turning 35 and you know, there's already complications. Just having a baby in general, there's complications. And then when you are considered advanced maternal age and insulin resistance, you just want to make sure that you're doing everything that is as healthy and natural for your body to bring a healthy child into this world, right? So I'm going to share some tips with you guys. I'm also starting my first round of Clomid today. Oh, I'm giving y'all all the personal tea. Every time I go to do a video, I'm like, okay, I'm not going to tell everybody, the whole world, my life, but at the same time, I want to share with you guys. I've always been very transparent on my channel, and I know there's a lot of you goddesses out there that us women, we all go through the same thing, especially physically, emotionally, especially pertaining to our reproductive health. So if the information that I'm sharing helps anybody, encourages anyone, or if you have any advice for me, have any of you had any Clomid babies, have had your first child after the age of 35, or just any words of encouragement that you want to share with me in the comments, I would really appreciate it, because I'm excited and I'm nervous and I'm scared, all wrapped up into one. So, but anyway, we'll save that for another video. Let's talk about this fertility spell. So, a lot of you know that there are many, many goddesses that can be petitioned for fertility. I'm not going to go through the list of them. There's plenty of videos here on YouTube to petition fertility goddesses. This particular ritual, however, you don't have to. So if you don't work with a specific deity, if you don't work with any goddesses, maybe you just work with your ancestors, maybe you just work with yourself, your candles, your own energy, your higher self, the elements of the universe, then that's totally fine. So I don't want anyone to feel like, especially, and you'll know why in a second, the ingredients that I'm using It's specific because you have to work with these particular spirits, because you don't, okay? So the ingredients that I have here, first off, of course, what kind of video would this be on my channel if it's not going to include a candle, right? I want to send a super huge thank you and shout out to one of my clients, Ro. She brought me this fertility, it is Goddess of Fertility candle. She brought this, she drove out to LA, we met, she brought this, she gave it to me, and she's pregnant also. So I am grateful. I feel like not only did this come from, it came from a place of love, one. It came from a particular botanica that she said the practitioner there is very knowledgeable. And it came from someone who is expecting. So the energy, the baby energy is all over this, right? I will say the reason why I'm doing this ritual, let me just put this out there for you guys. This is to, if you think about it, I've explained this to you guys before. We take a shower, we eat, we exercise, you know, we do the things that we're supposed to do, right? Your spirituality, you burn candles for money, you burn candles for healing, you burn candles for self-love, you burn candles for removing blockages, you burn candles for your family, you burn candles to pass the real estate exam, whatever it is, right? This is just another tool to aid in successful conception, bringing in life, welcoming in life, and that it is healthy and that it goes well, you know, and that it's successful. Number two is anybody can do this particular spell. So what I mean by that is if you're a woman looking to start a family or conceive a child, you can do this. If you're a man and you are wanting to do this ritual for your partner, your spouse, your wife, you know, maybe you are going to have a surrogate for whatever reason. Maybe you're in a same-sex couple and you're getting a surrogate, or whatever that looks like, you can definitely do this ritual. Now, don't do this spell. Listen to me very carefully. Don't do this spell on someone who does not want to get pregnant. No, okay? Don't do this if you think you're helping them. One. Two, do not do this spell. Okay, let me rephrase this. We all have people in our life that we love, and you may think that you're helping your girlfriend, your sister, your cousin, your whoever that really wants to have a child. Don't do this without someone's permission, okay? If they've asked you for it, if they've agreed to it, fine. But there's a lot of, I don't want to get too controversial on my channel, but basically, you know, there's a lot about free will. Obviously, I have my own feelings about free will. I do spells for people. I do spells on people, so we're not going to go there. But there are certain things that I steer very clear of, even if it's coming from a place of love and help. This is one of them, okay? So, again, if the person asks you for it or they're open to it, great. But don't just do this for someone because you know they want to get pregnant thinking you're helping them. Because, you know, there are consequences that can occur from that. There are consequences that can occur from everything, yes. This particular ritual, in my opinion, is very safe to do, meaning you should not have anything backfire on you, especially if you are the individual who wants this, that is doing it. So I just wanted to put that out there and make that very clear for some people. And doing a spell on somebody that doesn't want to get pregnant, now that's just mean. Shit, that would be a curse. But anyway, we're not going to go there. What was the other thing I was going to say? I can't remember, but it'll come back to me. But we're going to get back into a list of ingredients. So we have our fertility candle. We have our fertility statue. Be sure to watch my other video about fertility. I talked all about the statue, where it came from, why it's significant, and why you should have one. Isn't she cute? She's so sexy, right? Her little baby bump. She got a little cracked right here when I was moving, but I didn't care. I wasn't going to get rid of her, so. I have here my herbs. So this herbal blend, and it smells so good. This is actually what I steam with in my yoni steam. I, for the life of me, cannot remember everything I put in here. I'll be completely honest. There's probably, for sure, there's about 13 different herbs in here. I will, in a second, name off some of them. But I encourage you to do your own homework and your own research. You don't have to use exactly what I'm using. But it only makes sense that if there are herbs that have healing and medicinal properties that I can use steaming for fertility, why couldn't I use them in a fertility spell? Because a lot of herbs that have healing properties share the same spiritual properties, if that makes sense. But do your homework, you know, customize this to your liking, to you, where you are in life. Again, you could be totally healthy and do this. Maybe you have fibroids or cysts or PCOS or something like that where you want to do this. And another thing I will say, you know, when it comes to medical health conditions, magic doesn't always have the capability of reversing or changing health conditions. No, I mean, there are miracles that can happen, absolutely. But what it does is it serves as a tool to aid you in what it is that you're trying to work on. And I am a firm believer in God and spirit and miracles happening, the body healing itself, when the both physical, mental, and emotional and spiritual energy is all in balance and alignment. The next thing I have here is some magnetic sand. I put magnetic sand in everything. That is just to magnetize and draw the energy to me. I have here some pomegranates. And I have here some oil. So I'm going to just get started on this as I'm showing you guys how I prepare. And I'm hoping, let me tip you guys down a little bit. I'm hoping, one, that you can see this, and two, that I've carved out enough space in my pumpkin. Now, this is what I was saying. I have a pumpkin because I have had this pumpkin since October. And you guys know pumpkins stay good forever. This is not a petition to Oshun, and that is not the reason why I am using the pumpkin. I'm using the pumpkin because that's what I have on hand. Pumpkins, as well as other melons, are known to be good for fertility. Now, I know what you're thinking. Jasmine, I want to use a pumpkin, but pumpkin season is over. Well, number one, Whole Foods still has pumpkins if you have a Whole Foods near you. I know the one here in LA still has pumpkins. Two, like I said, you don't have to use pumpkins. You could use, okay. Like I was saying, someone just called me. Like I was saying, you could use a melon of some sort. So you could use watermelon. And I know someone else saying, Jasmine, but watermelons are summer fruit and I'm in the snow. I don't have any watermelons. Use a cantaloupe. Use a honeydew. Use something that symbolizes the round belly, okay? If you don't have those, then you can always substitute. You can substitute with a pomegranate. You can substitute using an actual egg. There's so many different variations to this spell, so please don't feel discouraged or get hung up on needing these exact ingredients. You're welcome to use this ritual. You're welcome to just use this as a template for you to customize your own spell with the ingredients that you have. I'm a firm believer in working with what you have, not running out to the store and spending, you know, 10s and 20s and 40s and 50s and dollars on things, but work with what you already own. Okay, so I have already carved out the inside. I've cleaned out the inside of my pumpkin. I've removed every single seed in here. That was very important. Take out all of the seeds, and you'll see why in a second. And I'm looking at it, and I already have a feeling this is probably, let me see. Okay, it is going to work. Is it going to work? Okay. I want to make sure I cut these because these are going to go inside of here. So, first and foremost, what we're going to do is I am going to take my fertility herbs. Now, here's something, of course, I was in a rush this morning when I was getting ready to do this video. I have readings booked today with clients, and I have a client coming that I'm going to the candle store with. So, but I really want to get this done. So I was rushing and I did not write my petition, but that's okay. I will write the petition afterwards. Now, normally you would have your petition already written and it would go inside of here, but that's okay. So you're going to take your herbs and you're going to speak your intention. You're going to say your prayer. Maybe you have a mantra playing in the background, whatever it is. I like to keep it very simple. We're going to tell these magical herbs to use their magical and healing properties to bring forth a conception, a pregnancy, a healthy, full-term pregnancy, that we are open and we are welcoming in this energy into our life. We are ready to conceive a child, and we thank you for aiding us and assisting us in our magic. Okay, so we've got our herbs in there. So this represents the uterus, right? This represents the pregnant belly. This represents the womb, okay? The pomegranates. The pomegranates represent the ovaries. Now you think about the ovaries and all of the eggs, and when a woman ovulates, the ovaries create these little follicles on the ovaries, and then one dominant follicle pops out, and then that's how it's fertilized. So these would represent all of the healthy. Remember, we want to use positive words. We're speaking intentions into healthy, good, juicy, mature follicles that are screaming. They're ready. They're magnetized and they are ready to be fertilized, right? And we're going to place this down inside of here, like so. Now this is where you would put your petition down in here. I don't have the petition, but like I said, I will add it later. I am going to add my magnetic sand. And as you're doing this, you talk to your baby. Talk to your baby. Tell your baby that you are ready for them to come, that you are excited to meet them. Tell that energy, that spirit, that you welcome them in. Tell them what type of parent that you're going to be. Tell them all the wonderful things that are here on the earth that are here to experience. Maybe you have other children. Let them know that they have, you know, siblings. They have brothers and sisters that are waiting for them. Tell them, you know, this is something that you've wanted and you love them. Because essentially, especially if you're trying to conceive, you already love that child. I already love my baby before the baby even enters my body. And that's the energy that you want to send, you want to infuse, so that spirit in heaven hears you and decides to come with you or come to you. I do believe children pick their parents. I know that might sound a little weird, but those of you that are parents will probably know that. You'll probably comment down below if you feel this strong connection with your children, like you guys have been together before. I talk to a lot of ladies that say they feel like their children, they've known them before, they are so connected to them. Some of you have told me you feel like with your, you know, your brother and sister or your mother and daughter, like, you know, you've had that connection before. You knew you were going to have them before they came. So we're adding a little jasmine oil, a little aphrodisiac effect, love and healing. This is jasmine essential oil. It's mixed in with the carrier oil. And you're also thinking about having a healthy healing again, for those of you ladies that have gynecological issues, you're thinking about the healing of the womb. You're thinking about a nourishing environment to grow your baby in. I'm also drinking, what is this? I'm drinking some red raspberry, some ashwagandha, which ashwagandha is an adaptogenic herb that is used to help balance out the hormones. It helps balance out the moods. I didn't realize I was having mood swings when you're insulin resistant, when your hormones are off. You know, my progesterone was low, my estrogen was high. That can create mood swings. So this helps bring your hormone levels back into alignment. I'm also drinking some cranberry tea. So this is cranberry, ashwagandha and red raspberry all mixed in together. For us curvier babes who retain a lot of water, I do, you know, I walk by water and it's just like I absorb it through my pores. I'm drinking cranberry tea. I'm also working on getting my weight to what's a little bit more healthy and cutting out carbohydrates, which I know really does help, or just a low inflammation diet. Cutting out cheese and gluten really helps for the nourishment of the ovaries and just helps keep that inflammation down. Therefore, gives you better egg quality and, you know, can help with not just ovulation, but conception and implantation, and hopefully to minimize the risk of miscarriage as, again, advanced maternal age, insulin resistance, being a curvy babe. You know, I have a few factors that can kind of play a part in that. And I want to definitely make sure that I don't miscarry. So, yeah, this is my tea. I'm trying to get all my herbs in me in the morning so I can, especially the cranberry makes you go to the bathroom a lot. And since I'm leaving for the day, I gotta make sure that, you know, a girl handles all that before she leaves. All right, so the next oil I'm using is rose quartz. And rose quartz oil is to welcome in, it's just that loving energy. If I had a rose quartz, I would put it in here. I don't, but I'm gonna put the oil. This oil smells amazing. This is by the company Sun's Eye. You guys can see that. Let's see. And it has a little rose quartz down in there. I don't know if you're gonna see. Well, infamous. Oh shit. At least it landed right in the candle, right? All right. Anyway, you guys get the picture. Rose quartz. If you're wondering why I have a blanket on, first of all, it's cold here in LA. It is sunny, but it's cold. Two, check out this blanket, actually. This is kind of cute, right? Can you guys see that? My little witchy blanket that I got at Ross during the holidays. Yeah. So it's cold. I don't want to spill oil on myself, as you just saw. I just had oil spill into the candle. I have a tendency of doing that. And it also helps kind of camouflage the little fluff around here. Yeah, I said it. All right, the next oil is Yamaya Oil. Now again, this is what I was saying to you guys. I know what you're going to be thinking. Well, Jasmine, you said you're not calling on any deities or goddesses, but you're using the oil. Yes, Yamaya energy, that motherly energy is what I'm putting inside of my pumpkin. But I'm not particularly petitioning her, although I know that you can. I know a lot of women will petition her out at the ocean and give her offerings. Another reason why a lot of women would use a watermelon for this ritual, if they wanted to petition her. Just drawing up some energy. So if I clap and do that throughout the video, don't mind me. Did I put this in here already? I don't think so. And this is Victory Oil, also known as Crown of Success. This is from the House of Intuition. I didn't have time to make my own oils. I would have preferred to. If you have time to make your own oils, go right ahead. I mean, you can use the ones that you buy. I don't know what happened. December got away from me, and I usually let my oils sit for like an entire moon cycle. So if I was going to make my own oils, I should have made them in November. Also, this ritual, I was going to do it yesterday for the solar eclipse new moon, and that didn't happen either, but that's okay. I mean, clearly it just wasn't like, I guess it wasn't supposed to. So we're going to fuse that with our energy. Optional. So this is my working deck of tarot cards. I now call it a working deck because, as you can see, they have been very loved on. I mean, they're bent, they're crusty, they're like peeling. I have done hundreds of readings, and I've only had these cards less than a year, and this is how they look. But I was trying to figure out what to do with a deck of tarot cards that you don't use anymore. I didn't want to give them away. I don't know anyone who'd really want a used deck of tarot cards anyway. I would, but that's just me. My girlfriend suggested burying them in the earth, because I was like, I'm definitely not going to throw them out, right? I have a point here. Bear with me. Here it is. So I decided, since I already used my tarot cards on my altar for my spells anyway, might as well keep the working deck and use it for my spells. So we have, again, totally optional. Especially since I'm putting oils in here, I don't really care if I get oils on these cards because they're out of, you know, I'm not using them to read anymore. The Empress card. The Empress represents fertility. You could print out a photo. There are Empress photos of her pregnant that you could put out, that you could print out and place down inside of here. And then I'm going to add my petition. When I write my petition, I'll write my petition off video and add it in here. Other things that you could add, again, this is completely optional. You could add a little baby. Go buy yourself a little tiny baby. You could add a pacifier if you wanted to. Does not have to be gender specific. Here's another thing that I want to tell you guys. Wait, I gotta look y'all in the eye for this. This is just to proceed with caution. Do whatever you want to do. However, I wouldn't suggest asking for a specific gender. Okay? Now, I get it. You may want what you want, you know. You may have one or two girls or one or two boys and you really want to try for that other gender, whatever. I just say err on the side of caution, okay? In my opinion, again, this is going to be my first pregnancy, so my first baby. I don't care what I get as long as it's healthy, you know. Ideally, I would love to have a boy and a girl. You know, if I had a boy and a girl, I think I'd probably be set. If a third one came, I'd be cool with it, but a boy and a girl for sure. I think the only way I would have 3 is if I was trying for the other gender. But if I get my 2, I'm good, right? I would rather just ask for a healthy pregnancy and healthy baby versus asking for a specific gender and then it taking longer to manifest, right? That's just some words of advice. You don't have to listen to me. Do what you want to do, but I'm just recommending that, okay? Some other things that you can do. Okay, so don't laugh at me, y'all. When you're talking to your baby and you're telling your baby how much you love them and how much you're ready for them and how much, you know, you are just like, I'm ready, come to me. Give them a space. You can set up a space in your home. You could set up, slow down, Jasmine. I'm going to link. So there's 2 videos I want you to watch after this one. First, I want you to watch the other fertility video. It doesn't matter what order you watch them in. Then you can watch the video on my marriage baby box spell that I did. I did that like 4 years ago. Just for some inspiration. But you can set up an altar. Set up an altar and put items on there. Remember, altars are like physical vision boards, right? You put tangible items on your altar to represent the things that you want to attract into your life. It is all symbolic. And when you're able to see things visually, it connects mentally, which connects spiritually, which gets sent out into the universe. It's a lot easier, especially if you're not someone who's good at meditating very long, or it's hard for you to keep your focus, or it's hard for you to hold an image, a visual image of what you want in your head for a long period of time. You have these tangible items as that reminder to set the energy. Now, I also told the baby, when you come here, I'm going to need you to bring everything you need with you. Now, I know that sounds ridiculous, and I know some of y'all are going to be like, don't put that, I can hear somebody now. Don't come for me in the comments, y'all, but I'm trying to help y'all out. Somebody is going to be like, don't put that on the baby. If you can't afford everything, then you shouldn't have one. This has nothing to do with that. It's nothing to do with that whatsoever. In fact, I feel like at 34, I'm actually in a better place in life to have a child than I would have been in my 20s for various reasons. Not even financially, just shit. You don't know shit in your 20s. Sorry. And I'm sorry, I'm not trying to offend anybody in their 20s. Definitely not. But like they say, if I knew then what I know now, had I had a baby at 22, 21, 25, I think I would have lost it. Like, the patience level that I have now and the life experience that I have, and before I was working 60 hours a week working in a gynecologist's office. now I'm at home, so I have at least I feel like I'm just in a better space to have a kid. Not saying you have to work at home. You could work 2 jobs and go to school and still have children. Women do it all the time successfully. Please don't come for me. All I'm saying is I feel like I'm at an age now where I'm just way more aware. I know who I am, and I'm just in a better mental and emotional state to care for a child. But that doesn't mean that I'm not going to tell the universe to make sure that I'm provided for, right? So I've already told my baby, when you come here, baby, bring your diapers, bring your bottles, bring your wipes with you, bring the money, you know, bring everything that you need, meaning energetically, which I know we will be provided for. I'm not worried about that. But I'm just setting the tone into the universe. Like, hey, baby, you want to come on down. Bring your stuff with you. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. It doesn't sound crazy. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. Do you think that's a good idea? I think it is. Completely optional. You do not have to do this. Don't think that I'm crazy. But when you want to manifest something, you want to manifest a car, you go test drive, right? You want to manifest a house, you go to open houses, right? You want to take a trip to a tropical island, you start researching. You want to have a baby, you buy onesies. Aren't they cute? Oh my God, they're adorable. Newborn size, 2 onesies. They're in the closet. This is just symbolic. Yes, I did intentionally buy blue and pink, but this is symbolic. It goes in the closet. This is just another way of me telling the universe, putting it out there, speaking it into existence, right? That this is where my life is headed right now. So you can place these on your altar. Like, you do not have to be as crazy as I am and go buy onesies. Although, if you wanted to, these are Carter's. These are pretty good brands, and a girl only paid $4.99 for them. But you could totally do without it. I'm just trying to give you guys some extra tips to just have all that energy around you. Okay? So, I wish I had a drum roll, please. Oh, the most important part. How y'all gonna let me? See, somebody didn't even tell me why I didn't put the seeds in. What you do with the seeds? Hello? That's okay. It's not your fault. This isn't a live video. The seeds. What do you do with the seeds? You put them in the pumpkin. Why? Hold on. I'm trying to do this without making a mess. Things are still wet and juicy. Oh boy, pardon the pun. I did not mean it like that. Well, I did, but you guys know what I mean. Now, who can tell me what the seeds represent? Let's just move this out the way. The seeds, if you haven't figured it out yet, represent the sperm that's going to fertilize the egg that is going to roll down the fallopian tubes and plant itself into the uterus. If you're wondering how many seeds, I don't know. I didn't count them. Just use them. As many as you can. Doesn't have to be all of them, but a good portion of them. Remember, this is symbolic, right? So, you know, I'm not going to get into the science of how many sperm are ejaculate and all that. You guys can probably don't want to hear that anyway. But you get my drift, right? A lot of seeds. A lot of seeds because it is battle of the fittest when they are looking for that egg. It's like, may the best man win. Literally. Oh God, I cracked myself up. I haven't even had any wine yet. Whoo, JJ. Okay. Alright, and here we go. A little scraggler back there. That'll probably be the one too. Alright, so he's in there. He's all in there. He's all in there with her. She's all in there. This is going to be lit. Now, if I had a bigger pumpkin, then the candle could go inside. But that's not going to work. See? But that's okay. It doesn't have to. We are going to place our candle. So imagine this is your altar, right? Got your altar. You got your candle. You've got your optional fertility statue that you don't need to have, but I would suggest you get one anyway. And you light your candle, you say your prayer, and then you do the baby dance, because you know that's how kids are made, or whatever. Maybe you're doing an IUI or insemination, whatever it is. For those of you that are going through infertility treatment, if you're going through IUI, if you're getting an insemination done, those things are expensive. Trust me, I know. I used to watch them get done on a daily basis. That's a very expensive procedure to go through. It's a lot. It's emotionally taxing for everybody involved. You want to make sure that it works. You know, I've seen just the stress that it can bring where people have done multiple rounds of IUIs and they were unsuccessful. So you're spending money, you're spending time, you're taking days off work, you're going to the doctor. It's a lot. You want it to work. So why not give yourself an advantage utilizing spiritual work for something like this, okay? Do your yoni steam. Yoni steaming, I will tell you, I just restarted. I've always been steaming, but I just really got more proactive about doing it regularly. I do definitely see a difference. Yoni steaming is great for regulating the cycles. It helps with ovarian cysts. It can help minimize excessive menstrual bleeding. It can help induce your cycle. It can help regulate your cycle. It can relax cramps. I mean, there's a wide range of healing properties from doing your steams. So be sure there are 5 million amazing goddess sisters here on YouTube with their recipes, their testimonies, their success stories. I suggest you do your homework, figure out which herbs pertain to your particular body, what it is that you need. And even if you don't have any issues at all, you want to keep that part, you want to keep your whole body healthy, but you want to keep that honey pot just as beautiful and juicy and healthy and flourishing and vibrant as possible. So every woman, in my opinion, I think should be steaming. I've also just recently, I know this is going kind of left for the fertility video, but this is important information. And a lot of you, I'm sure a lot of you already know this. Some of you don't know. I didn't know, and I was surprised because of all of the massive amounts of research and studies that I've done over the years, and how I'm very into more, you know, natural healing remedies, is your feminine care products. And I just recently switched to, I am not endorsing any way, shape, or form, but I just switched over to the Honey Pot brand, which they are costly, but they are natural. And when I Googled and looked up the type of cotton that are used in regular feminine care products, in your tampons, the pesticides and the chemicals that are on there that you're shoving into your holy land, that's being absorbed through your bloodstream, and what consequences and repercussions that can wreak on our reproductive health as women, it's really not good, honestly. You know, I'm not bashing any companies. I used to use all the major name brand ones that we all know of, and I've stopped using them. I have. And you know, your skin is your biggest, largest organ of your body. You want to make sure that every part of it is being taken care of. So when it comes to that area, you want to use something that is as natural as possible. So especially on a trying to conceive journey, my partner and I talked about it, and he very much is like, yeah, we need that yoni. We need her to be good. We need that uterus good. We need that vajayjay on point, you know, smelling good, tasting good, healthy, no issues, pH all balanced and all that. You need, okay, that's probably TMI, but you know what I'm trying to say, ladies. So, you know, I've really learned that, yeah, things may cost $1 or $2 or $3 more, but in the long run, when it's for your health, especially with such a sensitive part of your body, especially when you want to bring in another person into this world and you want them to come in clean and healthy, you don't want to pollute your baby before it even has a chance to get here. So that's just my recommendation. Again, do what you want to do. I'm just sharing my words of love and what I know. Please, ladies, I would love for those of you, if you've had a Clomid baby, maybe I'll name her Chloe. I shouldn't say that, but if you have had a baby with using Clomid, if you've had one over 35, if you have a success story with yoni steaming, please leave it in the comments below. This is what this community is for. Do you have any suggestions for this fertility spell? Did I miss something? Did I forget something? Do you have something to add or share? Have you done one before and felt like it was successful? Leave all of that down in the comments. Like I always say, teach one, each one teach one. We are a community. I think us ladies, definitely us women, need to have those discussions a little bit more, and this is definitely, today's video is definitely a place, I think, for us to do that. So leave your questions, and help answer. You ladies see other women's questions asking about certain things, please go ahead and answer them. Let's share their awareness, and let's have healthy reproductive organs, because we deserve them as women. Especially, I'm not singling out anyone, or excluding anyone, but us melanated women. And truthfully, women of color, black and brown women, tend to get looked over a lot when it comes to our health care, especially our gynecological health, and when it comes to bringing in children. It's a known fact, not making this up. There's lots of research studies out there. If you are from an urban or maybe a lower class, or just, lower economic lifestyle or neighborhood, they don't tend to get the same type of care that women of other social economic groups do. And unfortunately, not only that, the stuff that's out there from the pharmacies isn't good for us anyway. We have to go back to our natural roots and start healing ourselves and healing each other. So let's share that information amongst one another, okay? Good luck to you, goddesses, all of you out there, for you mothers out there, for you hope to be mothers like myself, for you soon to be mothers that are expecting. Congratulations. Please give me all of the advice that you have to offer. I am gonna say one last thing, and then I'm gonna stop rambling, I promise. I know some of you are like, well, you're talking about you're on natural, but you're going on Clomid. I'm going on Clomid because I need to go on Clomid to make this happen. And I say need loosely, but I just feel like I have, time is kind of the essence, if you guys understand what I'm saying. And because I didn't address my insulin resistance when I was 19, when I was first told about it, and took steps to help reverse the symptoms, now I'm about to be 35, and I just don't feel like I have that amount of time to do that and be able to conceive and have multiple children in the small window of fertility, and the fact that I want to have my kids before I'm 40. So that's why this was suggested. This was something that I battled with back and forth. I thought about a lot. I talked about with my partner. I went over and over again as to, do I want to put these things into my body, given the fact that I'm trying to detox my body and go as natural as possible. I have outweighed the risk for myself. And that's why I made the decision to go ahead and give Clomid a round and see what happens, right? That's all we can do, is see what happens. I am on metformin. I am transitioning out of metformin to berberine, another fantastic herb to take for balancing insulin resistance. So I just wanted to put that out there, being 100% transparent with you guys, so there's no confusion about why you're taking Clomid when you're talking all this, preaching all this natural stuff. This is the reason why. And I'm just at a place in life where I want to have a baby. I want to be a mother. I know I do. I don't know if I'm ready, but like they say, everyone has always said you're never really ready. Like, do any of you guys agree? I'm sure you mothers out there would agree. Are you ever really ready? Anyway, that's enough. I love y'all. This week we have winter solstice coming up. Yes, we do. I will definitely be back for sure. What's today? Tuesday. So I should be back here Thursday. I'm going to talk to you guys about winter solstice. Hope y'all get prepared for your rituals, why you should be doing them, what you need to do them, and all of that good stuff. And yeah, so much love. I will talk to you guys later. If you want to book a private reading or consultation with me, all the info will be down in the description box. Love y'all. Talk to y'all later.